Internet, and welcome to another episode of ShoutStone. We are concluding our starter deck series a little bit late because I lost the original footage of this, but we are concluding our starter deck series with a preview of the Druid free-to-play starter deck to give you an idea of what the Druid class is about, what kind of cards you get for free, and what you can do without spending a dime or even completing a single quest in Hearthstone. So, well, sort of. Whatever. Anyway, point being, we're going to talk about the Druid Malfurion Stormrage. So before we get into the game, as you can see, his big hero power is called Shapeshift. It gives him 1 attack and 1 armor. The 1 attack only lasts for the duration of the turn before it expires. It's a very handy ability for removing minions or dealing a last bit of damage or something like that. And you can also stack it with other abilities like Claw and things like that. So let's go ahead and get into our game right now. Of course, even though it's a mirror matchup, Malfurion is still our whipping boy of choice, and he will still be the one that we take into action here. So let's do it. In time. There we go. First game of the starting of the game. Yes, Malfurion versus Malfurion. Alright, so again, you can see a lot of the basic decks, a lot of the basic cards are the same, but we're going to talk about some of the key abilities, like Wild Growth here is a great example. This is a Druid-only ability, gains an empty mana crystal. That's a permanent mana crystal. That's automatically going to put you at least an extra mana advantage over your opponent. So it can prove to be really useful for planning later in the game. So, not much we can do on this first turn, so we're just going to pass it. So here's Claw, which grants you +2 attack and +2 armor. Probably going to coin in an Elven Archer or something. Stone Tusk Boar. That's fine. So, early 3 points of damage. Whatever. Alright.
Job's done.
So I'm just going to try and get some minions out on the field right now, but as you can see, the armor stacks up every turn, so if you don't take it out, it will start to become a problem, something that, you know, you'll have to deal with if you're playing against a Druid. So, there we go. Pop the armor. Alright, so there's Wild Growth in effect. As you can see, it buffs him up to 4 mana. Doesn't get to use it yet, but doesn't really matter. Now there's Innervate. That's a 2 mana crystal buff for 1 turn only. Now, normally you wouldn't do that just to pop your hero power, but you can stack those abilities to get a ridiculous amount of mana really early and get a pretty sizable mana advantage, like, right off the bat. So, in this case, let's drop that. Let's go ahead and play Wild Growth so we get that extra mana crystal advantage back. And we'll clear the field. So, the AI loves to use the hero power, so that's why I'm generally not going to use it. But you can see kind of how it's going to pan out. Every turn, pretty much. Alright, so there's Claw. So I could use Claw in conjunction with my hero power and get a 3 attack turn. So I think we'll do that. I think we'll go ahead and play Nightblade. Well, I can't use my hero power to stack, but I don't really care. I'm just going to use Claw instead. I'd rather get that hero out there. And there we go. So, Claw works out just fine, gives me a little bit of extra armor.
They'll never know what.
And, let's go ahead and just do a little bit of that. And a little bit of that. And a little bit of that. Still stacking up my armor, which is nice. Armor's always good. It's not a key component of the Druid class the same way it is like the Warrior. But it's still, you know, a pretty handy little tool to kind of add on to your health or, you know, try to make a recovery. It's not designed to be stacked in the same way, though. Yeah, screw it. Just gonna leave it up. In a normal game, I'd probably have taken that minion out, but This is not a normal game. This is a game against the AI. There. So the minion went out anyway, and I'll still be able to take it out, so I'm not worried about it. Okay. So this would be really handy if... Now, you can also use Innervate to regain mana. So, like, I have 9. If I were to spend something that takes 6 mana, I'd be down to 3. But if I still had a 5-drop card, I could drop Innervate and then play that card. So, it gives you that little bit of extra advantage there. But I'm not going to burn it yet because that's just silly. I am going to trade that out. And we'll start dealing the last few points of damage. So that's really what a Druid's about. It's about a lot of mana management and kind of being able to get plays off earlier than your opponent. And do a lot of really, interesting stuff very early. Alright, yep. Still don't care. Made him burn his, taunts. Or in his, whatever else he has. I know what I'm trying to say, I think. So... Still stacking up mana. I'm almost back to full health. Not really much else I can do this turn, though. But it's okay, because that's it. So, there you have it. That's really the Druid in a nutshell. Let's just go ahead and play everything. Because why not? Excess mana. Unlock wild. Just play till I'm all out of cards and all out of mana. Alright, there you have it. So, that is Druid in a nutshell. They're not really designed around a single role. You can build the Druid decks pretty fluidly. The ability to manipulate mana that way is very handy. And the ability to get things out early is really powerful if you can get the right cards in play. Things like, Innervate and Wild Growth and stuff like that combined can really put you way ahead of your opponent very early in the game. So they can be very aggressive. But that's going to do it. So there you have it. That is the Druid deck in a nutshell. And that's going to do it for our starter deck series. We are done here. So don't forget that you can subscribe to this channel because we do have daily Hearthstone Shoutcasts and other videos that go up. So make sure you hang around for that. And don't forget to like the video, leave a comment. Always appreciate that kind of stuff. If there's anything special that you want to see, go ahead and leave a comment. Let's do it. But once again, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you folks next time.